Today was the first time I'd actually accepted the fact that all my brothers are gone.
Barry Gibb, the legendary Bee Gees frontman, has been an icon of music for over 6 decades. With his unmistakable falsetto songwriting genius and decades of hits that defined disco and pop, Barry seemed untouchable, a symbol of vitality, creativity, and success. But behind the accolades and stage lights, his life today tells a much different story. One that is quietly heartbreaking. At 79, Barry Gibb faces challenges that fans could never have anticipated. Health struggles, the loss of loved ones, and the inevitable effects of aging have reshaped his daily life in ways that contrast sharply with the energy and charisma he once displayed on stage. While his music continues to inspire millions, the man behind the hits experiences limitations and loneliness that only now are coming into focus. Those closest to him reveal a life marked by both resilience and sorrow. The studio and stages may be quieter, but the weight of grief, nostalgia, and reflection is ever present. For someone who has spent a lifetime creating joy for others, the personal toll of his journey is deeply affecting. The contrast between his public persona and private reality paints a poignant picture of fame, aging, and the personal sacrifices that often go unseen. Barry Gibb's current life is a reminder that even icons face struggles, and that the brightest stars can carry shadows hidden from the public eye. Barry Gibb's story has always been one of extraordinary highs. As the eldest of the Bee Gees, he led a group that became a defining force in music, shaping the sound of the 1970s and beyond. His falsetto became instantly recognizable, his songwriting unparalleled, and his presence on stage magnetic. Fans around the world idolized him not only for his talent, but for the sheer dedication and resilience that carried him and his brothers through decades of intense creative work. Yet, while the world celebrated the legend, Barry's personal life bore scars and hardships that were far less visible. In his younger years, Barry was accustomed to a demanding lifestyle. Tours, recording sessions, and relentless media attention meant that rest and privacy were luxuries he could rarely afford. The pressure to maintain success was immense, yet he balanced it with a relentless work ethic and an unwavering commitment to his family. Behind the scenes, Barry was not just a musician. He was a caretaker, a mentor, and often the emotional anchor for his brothers. This sense of responsibility carried into his later years, shaping both his triumphs and his trials. Tragedy struck multiple times throughout his life. The loss of his younger brother, Morris Gibb, in 2003 was devastating. Morris had been not only a musical but a lifelong confidant, and his passing left a void that Barry could never fully fill. Later, the deaths of his other brother Robin and close family members compounded the grief. These losses were private yet profound, reshaping Barry's world and forcing him to confront life without the constant companionship that had defined both his personal and professional existence. Today, at 79, Barry Gibb's life is far quieter than the whirlwind years of his prime. While he remains revered for his contributions to music, his day-to-day reality reflects the inevitable challenges of aging. Mobility, health, and stamina, all once taken for granted, now require care and attention. The man who once commanded stadiums and studio sessions now spends more time at home, reflecting, creating selectively, and navigating the physical and emotional limitations that accompany a long, extraordinary life. Yet, even in this quieter phase, Barry's spirit remains. His devotion to music endures. He continues to write, record, and occasionally perform, though not with the frenetic pace of decades past. Friends and insiders describe him as resilient and determined, a man who refuses to be defined solely by age or circumstance. But the contrast between his public legacy and private challenges is stark. While fans see a legend immortalized in recordings and footage, the reality of his day-to-day life carries elements of solitude and reflection that can feel profoundly melancholic. Barry Gibb's story at this stage is a reminder that even icons, whose lives seem larger than life, experience the vulnerabilities that come with aging and loss. It is a humanizing portrait of a man who gave so much to the world, now navigating the quieter, more fragile chapters of his own existence. In the next section, we'll delve deeper into the health struggles, emotional toll, and personal challenges Barry faces today, providing a more intimate view of life behind the legend. Barry Gibb's health has become a central of understanding his current life. While he has remained active in music for much of his life, the years inevitably bring physical challenges, and fans are now seeing a side of him that is far more vulnerable. Aging, compounded by the stress of decades in the spotlight, has left its mark on his body. Friends and close sources reveal that daily routines are now carefully managed, with attention to rest, diet, and exercise playing an essential role in maintaining his energy levels. Even with such precautions, the vitality that once defined him is now tempered by the natural limitations of age. Beyond the physical, the emotional toll has been equally significant. Barry lost his brothers, Robin and Morris, in tragic circumstances, leaving him as the sole surviving BG. Their deaths were more than the loss of family. They were the loss of lifelong collaborators, confidants, and pillars of support. For Barry, every milestone, every achievement, and every memory is now marked by their absence. These losses have cast a shadow over his day-to-day life, leaving him grappling with grief that never fully dissipates. Isolation has also become a theme in his later years. Once surrounded by bandmates, friends, and a bustling music industry, Barry's interactions are now more limited. While he maintains close connections with family and select friends, the rhythm of a quiet life contrasts sharply with the public perception of a constantly touring, endlessly performing icon. The solitude can be particularly acute when reflecting on decades of shared creativity and laughter with his brothers, emphasizing the stark contrast between past vibrancy and present stillness. Financial stability and continued influence in the music world provide some comfort. Yet they do little to alleviate the emotional and physical realities Barry faces. He has adapted by focusing on legacy projects, archival releases, selective collaborations, and remastered recordings that ensure his work continues to resonate with audiences. This careful curation of his professional life allows him to remain creatively engaged without overextending himself physically. It is a delicate balance between honoring a lifetime of accomplishments and acknowledging the limits imposed by age and circumstance. Perhaps most heartbreaking for fans is the awareness that the joy and energy that once emanated from Barry Gibb on stage is now more private, contained, and reflective. The public sees the music, the interviews, and occasional performances, but behind closed doors, his life is quieter, filled with reflection, memories, and the complex emotions that accompany a long life lived fully but marked by loss. This dichotomy between the legend and the man behind it deepens the poignancy of his story. Barry Gibb's current life is a testament to resilience, the enduring power of creativity, and the quiet courage required to navigate aging and loss. His story reminds us that even the brightest stars face the realities of time, grief, and the slowing pace of life, and it underscores the humanity behind the fame. We'll explore Barry's emotional coping, the role of his family and friends, and how he continues to maintain connections to the music and fans that have defined his life, despite the physical and emotional challenges that come with age. Barry Gibb's resilience shines through in his daily life. Close friends and family describe him as someone who approaches each day with quiet determination, balancing the sorrow of loss with the comfort of cherished memories. Music continues to be both a solace and a connection to the past, a thread linking him to the brothers he lost, the audiences he has inspired, and the life he has built over decades. For Barry, creativity is not just a profession. It is a lifeline that sustains him emotionally and mentally. Family has played a crucial role in helping him navigate these difficult years. The Gibb children and extended relatives provide support, companionship, and a sense of continuity. While the Bee Gees' era of global tours and chart-topping hits may have ended, the bonds that define Barry's private life remain strong. Visits with family, quiet conversations, and shared reflections offer a counterbalance to the solitude and grief that inevitably accompany the loss of his brothers. These connections are essential, giving him purpose, comfort, and the opportunity to continue honoring his family legacy. Barry also remains connected to his fans, albeit in a more measured way. Archival releases, remastered albums, and carefully curated public appearances allow him to maintain his presence in the music world without the physical demands of touring. This balance enables him to continue inspiring others while respecting the limitations imposed by age. Social media, interviews, and fan interactions provide a bridge between the legend and the man behind it, reminding audiences that while the energy of youth may fade, the impact of artistry endures. Emotionally, Barry has learned to live with both grief and gratitude. Losing his brothers left deep wounds, but it also reinforced the importance of cherishing life and the people who remain. He often reflects on the journey he and his siblings shared, the triumphs, the struggles, and the unwavering commitment to their craft. These memories are bittersweet, providing both comfort and a poignant reminder of what has been lost. The process of navigating these emotions requires strength, patience, and a willingness to accept the passage of time. His story also highlights the broader human experience behind fame. While fans remember the glory, the music, and the performances, Barry's life today underscores the vulnerability that exists behind public success. Aging, illness, and loss affect everyone, regardless of status or achievement. For Barry, the challenge has been integrating these realities with the identity of a world-renowned musician. Doing so with dignity and resilience has allowed him to remain a symbol of enduring artistry, even as his daily life has changed dramatically from the vibrant, high-energy existence of his younger years. Ultimately, Barry Gibb's life at 79 is a complex mix of sorrow, reflection, and quiet strength. It is a testament to the human capacity to endure, adapt, and find meaning despite hardship. While his public image celebrates fame and success, the private reality reveals resilience, emotional depth, and a lifelong commitment to artistry and family. His story reminds us that even legends are human and that the brightest stars sometimes shine most profoundly in the quiet, unseen moments of life. We'll explore how Barry Gibb's current experiences shape his enduring legacy, influence future generations, and remind the world of the fragility and beauty of a life fully lived. Barry Gibb's legacy at 79 is defined by both his monumental achievements and the quieter, more personal challenges he faces today. While the world remembers the Bee Gees for their groundbreaking music, chart-topping hits, and unmatched performances, Barry's current life adds a deeply human dimension to his story, one that resonates far beyond the glitz of fame. The struggles he faces with health, aging, and loss highlight that even icons are not immune to the passage of time, and they remind us that resilience and courage are as much a legacy as talent and success. One of the most poignant aspects of Barry's life now is his ongoing dedication to family. The loss of his brothers Morris and Robin left an irreplaceable void, but it also strengthened his commitment to preserving their shared history. Through storytelling, archival projects, and personal memories, Barry ensures that the Bee Gees' legacy remains intact while honoring the lives of those who helped shape it. This dedication provides him with purpose and connection, demonstrating that legacy is not only built on public achievements but also on private bonds and the care taken to safeguard them. In addition to family, Barry's connection to music continues to be a lifeline. Although he no longer performs with the frequency of his youth, he remains creatively engaged, revisiting recordings, collaborating selectively, and influencing younger generations of musicians who cite him as an inspiration. His ongoing involvement reflects both a love for his craft and a desire to maintain relevance on his own terms. Even as physical limitations and personal losses shape the scope of his activities, Barry's story also carries an emotional lesson for the public. Fans often idolize the glamour and vitality of performers, forgetting the human realities behind fame. His life now underscores the fragility of health, the impact of grief, and the inevitability of aging. By living openly with these challenges, though quietly and without sensationalism, Barry presents a model of dignity and resilience. He demonstrates that courage is not only found on stage or in the spotlight, but also in navigating the quieter, unseen struggles that come with life, loss, and time. Moreover, Barry's experience highlights the emotional depth that often accompanies a long life in the public eye. The highs of success and adoration are interwoven with grief, sacrifice, and reflection. His current life is a testament to endurance, illustrating that the value of a legacy lies not only in public accomplishments, but also in the quiet courage to continue, to adapt, and to find meaning amid loss. Fans who have long admired him for his music now gain a deeper appreciation for the man behind the legend, a person who continues to face life with grace, humility, and resilience. Ultimately, Barry Gibb's life at 79 is a narrative of both triumph and heartbreak. His contributions to music are immortal, yet his present-day reality reminds the world that fame does not shield one from the vulnerabilities inherent to humanity. This duality enriches his legacy, providing a more complete picture of a man who has given so much to the world while navigating personal challenges with quiet dignity. Barry Gibb's journey is a powerful reminder that even the brightest stars face shadows. His enduring strength, love for family, and unwavering commitment to music exemplify resilience in the face of adversity. By reflecting on his current life alongside his legendary career, fans and future generations are offered both inspiration and perspective. A lesson that true greatness encompasses not only talent and recognition, but also courage, endurance, and humanity.